The Islamic State in West Africa province, ISWAP, has claimed responsibility for a brutal attack that resulted in the deaths of over 34 villagers in Yobe State. ISWAP cited revenge for alleged grievances as their motive behind the massacre. Earlier, it was reported that scores of residents in Mafia village of Tamurawa local government area of Yobe State had reportedly been killed by terrorists. The latest incident gathered happened early Monday when the terrorists invaded the community. Community sources had reported Tuesday morning that 86 bodies had been recovered and deposited in the hospitals while the search for the remaining victims was ongoing. However, Daily Trust reports that ISWAP, in a written letter in Arabic and released by the attackers, claimed responsibility for the assault. The report said the letter stated that the village was targeted for allegedly providing information to the military, which led to the death of its members. So, my country people, this is serious. So, the killings of those villagers, it's a it's like a warning, to the villagers for the offenses they committed by linking information to the military that led to the killings of some of their people, some of their men, and they were quite pissed over this. So they decided to take blood for blood, and they attacked these villagers and took the lives of over 38 persons. And this is happening in the country. This is happening in a state where security agencies ought to know that this town, this particular community, the Yobe community, should have been under severe surveillance. The town should have been covered by security agencies. Soldiers should have been there to protect these communities. Soldiers were supposed to be there to protect these communities in Yobe. But no. After the community residents supposedly gave the Nigerian military information concerning the whereabouts of these militants, and after these militants came and took the lives of many persons. So, what is now the essence? You see, these are part of the reasons why some Nigerians, most especially those in the northern region, are afraid of giving information to security agencies because of all this kind of retaliation, because of all this kind of incidents. Because at the end of the day, they end up being the targets. And there is no guarantee of security on their lives and properties from the Nigerian military. There is no guarantee. The people are always there to fend for themselves. So, this is what we are facing in this country. This is what we are facing in this country. And instead of the government to look on how to tackle these issues, they go about discussing things that are not even important. They go about looking for innocent people that they would label charges on, terrorism charges. Meanwhile, the main terrorists are going around taking the lives of so many persons. But I guess, everybody is just on their own in this country. The government doesn't care. The Nigerian military, they may be trying their best, but it's not enough. It's not enough in the sense that most of these soldiers whom have alleged that they tend to get orders from above to chase these terrorists. So most times they don't get orders from above to go after these terrorists. That's why some of them are still roaming freely. To an extent, you see them on TikTok flaunting their ransom, the ransom they took from innocent people. They flaunt them on TikTok. They do give away. But the government do not trace them. The military cannot trace them because no orders are being given from above. The Nigerian military, they follow orders. The military, the number one rule of the military is to follow order. They don't do things without taking orders from their superior. So who are their superiors? Our politicians, our leaders, our supposed leaders. They take orders from above. And when the orders are not given from above, they cannot go ahead and chase after these terrorists, because they can't do anything without getting orders from above. So what am I saying? The ISWAP group claiming responsibility for Yobe massacre, saying it's a punishment for aiding the Nigerian military, is outrageous. And it is indeed very, very, sad that they will boldly come out to claim responsibility, and the Nigerian military will do absolutely nothing about this, because they cannot do anything without receiving orders from above. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? I guess the problem of Nigeria, insecurity has always been a problem in Nigeria, and it's a problem that has no ending, because the government, our leaders, are not willing to fight off this insecurity, because they are profiting from it, they are benefiting from it. Meanwhile, the Nigerian military and the police, they are quick to get those that are organizing protests, those that are journalists, investigative journalists, those people that are speaking one thing or the other against the government. They are quick to get hold of them. But when it comes to, terrorists and bandits, they don't do anything. In fact, they are untouchable. That's why most of them are bold enough to make such statements. Imagine a country whereby terrorists will boldly come out right later saying they are responsible for the attacks on Yobe community, because they know quite well that nothing will happen to them. Nothing will happen to them. But look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. So it is so unfortunate and it's sad, because when you look at what's happening in the country, you tend to wonder, when will Nigeria be better? But they tend to focus their attention on Biafra agitators. They go after Biafra agitators. They go after, protesters. They go after journalists, tagging them as terrorism financiers. The main terrorists are out there causing harm, causing evil, unleashing evil in different communities, but they don't get hold of them. So my country people, what are your thoughts on this? I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts concerning this in the comments section.